Alarm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A partly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, the start of a very busy week. And, of course, the start of a new month coming in. Arguably, some folks think it was a lion because it was as cold as what it was and windy, especially on Saturday. Others saying, no, that's more lamb-like. Just wait till the end of the month, and then you'll know what a lion is all about. Well, we'll get to the end of the month soon enough. Beginning of the month, just an absolutely beautiful day out today. Everyone seeing the sunrise, and for the most part, we're looking at partly to mostly sunny skies as we go through the afternoon, though the clouds are going to move in just a little bit. Quiet and chilly to end the weekend after a chilly, windy start to the weekend. Snowy again in northern Michigan over the weekend. Some of you might have caught the story about Gaylord setting a new record as far as snow is concerned. In this decade, in this century, the century of the 2000s. Kind of unofficial, though, there have been some years where it's been more than about 186 inches. But again, that goes back to diaries and other things that folks have been able to gather over the years. A couple of diaries seem to indicate that it was the decade of the 90s that we saw well over 200 inches and in some cases about 220 inches of snow in the Gaylord area. But there's snow, and there has been snow, and there will be some snow, even though we are going to be looking at some rain that'll be moving in here during the midweek. Some of you very possibly could pick up close to, if not a little bit more than an inch. It does appear as though overall, the southern 2/3 of the lower peninsula, it's going to be wet and not so much frozen precipitation until that system finally does move through. It's all going to come because of a low pressure. We'll talk about that in just a second. But Matthew, what are we looking at right now as far as the thermometer goes?
Currently, over at the airport, it's partly sunny at 34. Over at Midland, it's cloudy, also at 34. Here at Radio Center, it's partly sunny at 36. We have southwest winds at 9 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.12, and it's steady.
We're going to be looking at a high temperature of about 42, 43 degrees with partly cloudy skies. As I said, the clouds will be on the increase. We very possibly could see a sunset tonight. Sun will set this evening at 6:28. It'll rise tomorrow morning at 7:07. You won't see much sun after today until we get into the second half of the weekend, because in between, we are going to have a low-pressure system. We're going to keep our eye on it. What basically is going to happen is the low is developing right now over eastern Colorado. It is going to be moving into Kansas over the next 12 to 18 hours. And then eventually by Wednesday morning, it's going to be over western Illinois. It'll move rather rapidly during the day on Wednesday and scoot through the lower peninsula, heading in a northeasterly direction. So by late Wednesday night, and early Thursday morning, we're going to begin to see some clearing taking place. And especially Wednesday night, we are going to get some snow around after midnight on Wednesday night. Our temperature on Wednesday night will be about 25, 26 degrees. Now, in between, we're going to be looking at some pretty mild temperatures. Now, don't forget, a year ago today, our high was 62 and our low was 38. So the forecast for Wednesday is going to be a high of 60. But our low, as we said, it'll drop right down to about 26 degrees. Now, in between, we're looking for low tonight of 35. Then tomorrow with clouds, showers moving in as that low pressure system will be gradually working its way closer to us. It'll be in Illinois, and it'll be pushing a warm front up through the state. So that's why temperatures on Tuesday, 50 for a high, only dropping down to about 44, 45 for a low on Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday, we'll see 60 degrees for a high. but then the low will be scooting to the east, the northeast of us. With that counterclockwise circulation, it's going to be pulling some much colder air down over top of us. There's still going to be some moisture associated with it. So that's why what we are going to be looking at on Wednesday night and early Thursday morning, very possibly some slick roads, because we will have some snow late Wednesday night and early Thursday morning. But as we go through the day on Thursday, we're going to be looking at partly cloudy skies, 38 for a high on Thursday. Clear skies Thursday night, 28 for a low. Friday, we'll inch our way back up into the low 40s. But I think at this stage, we're going to be looking at partly cloudy skies for a good part of the day on Friday. Friday night, another system will be affecting our weather. This is going to be a weak low pressure system over Kansas, and it's going to stay to the south of us. So we'll be on the cooler side of it, and we'll be on the side where precipitation, more likely than not, will be frozen in nature as we go into Friday night. Now, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be looking right now at partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. So it's not all that bad. We're going to be running still above normal with these temperatures, but obviously it'll be cooler. The end of the work week and into the weekend is what it will be midweek. Now, how much rain are we going to get? Well, we mentioned it before. Some of you could very possibly pick up about an inch of rain. I think the heaviest amount of rain as far as collection goes, and if you want to put a rain gauge out, Tuesday night and Wednesday morning is when we're going to see the bulk, the most amount of precipitation. So that's where we could see a half to 3/4 of an inch. Before that, 1/4 to a half inch as we go through the day on Tuesday, more so later in the day on Tuesday and early Tuesday evening. What's average for this time of the year temperature is 37 for a high, 22 for a low. The record high in this state set back in 1974. 1974 on this date was the warmest ever 3rd of March. That was record high of 69, and our low was 40. The record low on this date is 8 below zero, and that was set in 1943. Incidentally, the coldest ever 3rd of March set in 2014. 10 was our high, 6 below was our low. And as far as snow is concerned, well, we picked up on this date back in 2015, 2.3 inches of snow. Now, as far as totals for the month of February are concerned, total precipitation, we were below normal. We should have picked up about 1 3/4 inches of liquid precipitation. We picked up 1 1/4 inches of liquid precipitation on the end of February. When it comes to snow, slightly below on the snow, snow shower activity was, or I should say slightly above with snow. We picked up just close to 13 inches of snow out at the airport February of this year. The average is 11.4, so we ran a little bit ahead on snow depths. Long range outlook. Now, this is where we get interesting here. For the period of the 8th through the 16th, so we're talking upcoming weekend through the 16th of March, temperatures above, if not much above normal. Precipitation values to be at or slightly above average as well. But the last week of March, we are going to be looking at much below normal temperatures and above average moisture. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that long range outlook, because very possibly we could have a couple of systems affecting our weather as we approach and get into the final few days of the month of March. Now, just because it's below normal doesn't mean it's going to be below freezing. Again, when you take a look at it, normal high is 37. By the end of the month, we're well into the low 40s as far as an average high temperature goes. So we could be at 37, 38 degrees and still be below normal. So just kind of keep that in mind. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Cody Harris means somebody doesn't want to do the markets today. Well, we'll find out a little bit more. But as a reminder, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the Michigan Corn Growers Association. Coffee with Corn coming up March the 6th. What are they going to be talking about? A market update. What's the outlook for corn for this upcoming season? Josh Linville with Stonex is going to be the presenter. Again, Coffee with Corn. If you want more information, sign up. You do have to sign up to be a part of Coffee with Corn. Just go to micorn.org. Coffee with Corn. It's a service of the Michigan Corn Growers Association. We say good morning to Cody Harris over at Star of the West. And Cody, I saw that you were going to be doing the markets. I looked, and boy, did I see some red. But, there was a green or two thrown in.
Yeah, it looks again like I drew the short straw here today, Terry. But early this morning we had a little bit of green on the board as far as wheat's concerned, but it just seems like the pressure from corn and soybeans has pulled that down as well. We're sitting, every market here today is in the red here this morning, Terry.
Do we have any reports coming up here fairly soon in March?
Yeah, we have a report coming out tomorrow. That'd be the March USDA report, and then at the end of the month would be the big supply and demand report, which everyone really is looking at. And then kind of a new on the crop conditions report that comes out later today. We'll actually see some crop conditions on wheat. So that'll be the first one this year. So there's a little bit of eyes on that. But yeah, the report coming out tomorrow. And then at the end of the month, the USA supply and demand report. Those are the big ones everyone's going to be keeping an eye on.
My guess is probably a little bit of pressure because of the weather in the central part of our country. We've got a couple, 3 systems, it looks like, over the next few days that are going to be pushing a little moisture at some folks out there.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the factors here today, Terry, especially in the wheat market. It seems like a lot of that area has kind of been dry, so a little bit of beneficial moisture moving through that part of the country, maybe putting a little bit of pressure on wheat and kind of all grains as well, as it just gets some soil moisture kind of back to where it needs to be. But mostly we're here today. I mean, I think I've talked about this the last 2 or 3 times I've talked. It seems like tariffs are definitely driving the market here today, and then beneficial weather down in South America. They've been getting some beneficial rains the last couple weeks, and their soybean harvest has reached about 85% complete, and soy planting of that second crop's about 82% complete. So they've actually caught up and surpassed their average pace. So that's putting a little bit of pressure on those markets. So
right now on the board, what do you have, Cody?
Yeah, right now we got cash wheat. That's down 4 at the moment. 527 on the white, 452 on the red. Looking over at new crop wheat, that's down 4 as well. 565 on the white, 480 on the red. Looking over at cash corn, that's down 10 at 385. New crop corn is down 4 at 386. Then looking over at soybeans, cash soybeans are down 12 at 924, and new crop soybeans are down 10 at 940.
You have a great day, Cody. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. You guys as well.
Will do. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing on this March the 3rd. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us. Market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. The spring Ram commercial truck and van season is going on right now at Schaefer and Beerline Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Frankenmuth. Ram Truck Month means that if you're in the market for a new Ram commercial truck or van and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, Now's the time to go to Schaefer and Beerline and Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. Market Report also brought to you by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture since 1895. They've got locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region to serve you. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust, equal opportunity lender, and member FDIC. We say good morning to Doug Klein. Doug, I hope you had a nice weekend.
Oh, wonderful.
So we're starting off the month in what direction?
A little bit in the red. February was a negative month for the stock markets. First time since last February. Not a big deal. Nobody's really highly concerned about it. They kind of rallied in the second half of the day, Friday, sort of out of the blue, but yeah, you know what I said about being payday and the 401k funding and, the big banks setting their fees for the next month as far as asset management. So kind of sort of makes me think or wonder, but that's above my pay grade. Today we've got economic reports coming out on the PMI, Purchasing Managers Index, and Manufacturing Index. They were a little bit soft, so a little bit worrisome, and got tariffs coming on board tomorrow, and so the markets are a little bit worried about that. So that's happening. But Detroit Edison hit a new high today. So did consumers. So did Gilead, the pharmaceutical company. So they're doing okay. Didn't see any significant new lows today. Just a little bit of weakness across the board. Kroger's chairman is stepping down. He apparently has personal conduct problems that they failed to mention what they were, but he's leaving. So I hope it wasn't anything to do with my fuel points, because I don't want to lose them if he resigns like that,
No. Keep an eye on that, man.
I'm watching my account there, boy.
You got it.
But the dollar's weaker today, a lot weaker. The euro is a lot stronger today, over percent. Both of those moving today. Precious metals moving big time today. Bitcoin moving about $14,000 over the weekend, so that's up big time. And BAE Systems gets a huge jump this morning, and they're the defense contractor, weapons builder for Europe. And with us handing off the job to the Europeans to do this Ukrainian thing, that could be a reason for that to jump. So here's your numbers. March corn, 442 1/4, down 11 1/4. September corn, 443 3/4, down 6 1/2. The March soybeans, 9.99, down 12 1/2. September soybeans, 10.14, down 11 1/2. March wheat is 534, down 3. And September wheat 579, down 5 1/2. Crude oil is 69.43, down 33 cents. Heating oil 229, that's down 2.5 cents. Gasoline is 222, down 0.6 of a penny. And natural gas is 412 1/4, that's up 22.5 cents, 5.5%. Over to the currencies, Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.44 Canadian, that's down 63 ticks. The dollar buys 150.10 yen. That's down 50 ticks. The euro is at 104.98, up 123 ticks. And the dollar is at 106.52, down 110 ticks. Gold is at $2,900.70, up 52.20 an ounce. Silver's 32.25, up 90.5 cents. Platinum is $975.90, up $38. And copper's at $461.80, up 7 cents.
All righty, you have a good one.
Alrighty, you too.
Thank you, Doug. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Legendary Tree Care. You need some trimming done? How about tree removal? Now's a really good time to be contacting the folks at Legendary Tree Care, because they'll get the job done for you when Mother Nature allows. No job is too big or too small. They are fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in those big projects. Check them out today. LegendaryTreeCare.com, or like them on Facebook. Let's get the latest as far as what's going on with the Michigan Sugar Company. We've got Rob Sautenberg on the line with us. Rob's report brought to you by Foster Blue Water Oil and Blue Flame Propane, where they take you to the top with more power, faster cold starts, maximum lubricity, and up to 8% improved fuel economy with extreme diesel from Power Service. Rob, good morning. How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm good, Terry. Glad to be back in Michigan. There was
Yeah.
quite a few of us that went out over to California for the sugar beet meeting last week.
Yeah. You had a little traveling to do. Now you're back. And how far along are we here? Are we starting to wrap up now with our post harvest?
Yes, sir. Looks like the campaign's wrapping up, or getting near the end. And for a lot of us ag staff, we're out there trying to get all the growers contracted and fungicide plans and everything they need for the upcoming season.
So at this stage of the game, growers should be talking to their agronomists about, hey, hopefully within 30 to 45 days, we might be able to get some work done.
Oh, yeah, it's looking like that. I'm looking outside right now. It's a little bit wet. We got this, seems like spring's around the corner, but we got a little bit of time. But I'd like to get everything buttoned up so that when it is time to plant, go out there and hit the ground running.
I sure hope so. Looking forward to the season and looking forward to the wrap up. This will be a welcome change, won't it?
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely.
Rob, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
You too. Thank you.
You bet. Rob Sautenberg with Michigan Sugar Company. On with us now, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Eric Sawatsky with Yo and Yo.
Good morning, Eric. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, Terry.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about beneficial ownership information gathering and reporting here.
Yeah, we had a whole flurry of, pronouncements and things that came out at year end, and then courts had blocked some of the filing. So just to refresh everyone, this was the new law that was coming into play where anyone who had a partnership or an LLC of some sort had to report on the owners in that business. Originally, that due date was December 31st. And so a lot of people already did that filing, but I know there are a number that haven't done that yet. That was blocked by a judge for quite a while. That injunction has been lifted now. And so the latest we've heard is initially they were going to start enforcing by March 21st if you didn't file that information with FinCEN, then you had to, or you would be potentially subject to penalties, which are pretty significant for those forms. Now, the latest we hear is they're going to be announcing an extension of that beyond March 21st. And now the latest is that the Department of Treasury is saying it's not going to enforce fines and penalties on this. So there's some talk about changing the law completely now and possibly going away from every LLC having to do this and just having those that are either foreign entities or have business with foreign entities to do that. So hopefully we're moving in the direction of a common sense approach, but in the meantime, it sounds like at the very least, we're going to have an extension of that filing if you haven't done it already. So I guess kind of stay tuned, but we're hopeful now that we may not have to do this so much in the future again. And the big penalties and everything won't be a concern for the average business owner.
Boy, keep us posted, Eric.
Will do, for sure.
All righty. Thank you so much. You have a great day, okay?
You too, Terry.
Eric Sawatsky over at Yo and Yo Accounting. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean. They are your Dairyland seed dealer. They can take care of things for you. Whatever you need, Justin Varner is there to take care of it. Dairyland Seed. They've got seed with your name on it from your friends at Freeland Bean and Grain. Since 1983, where serving you is their business. On the line with us right now, who do we have, Matthew?
Up next, we have Jerry Ripe, and he's an ag-based attorney here in Saginaw.
Jerry, good morning. Understand we've got a meeting coming up here by the end of the week.
Yes, just tis the season. We have a workshop, a free one, seminar coming up on Thursday, March 13th, 2 o'clock at Capocco. That's in Saginaw, in their fine little reception area there. We have a room. It's just south of McCarty and west of Bay, and we're going to be talking about how you get prepared and how you minimize cost and difficulty and whatever issues might occur if you don't plan. for your succession planning and your estate planning and all those kinds of things. We're going to talk about the different kinds of trusts, revocable, irrevocable, special ones, even more special ones for IRAs, LLCs, all those kind of things that you want to protect, and pass on the legacy to the next generation.
Boy, things just keep changing, don't they, Jerry?
Gosh, the only thing constant in estate planning is change. Now, it isn't necessarily rule changes, although I was glad to hear Eric talk about, the reporting the requirements. That there's always something new, but families change. I mean, there might be a death in the family, or a marriage, or a new child or grandchild. Any number of things that cause to take a look at it. And the best thing for preparing is to do it now while you're competent, alive, and not under stress or really too fast. So we offer this free workshop seminar, and I call it a workshop because we want you to bring your questions. After doing this for 4 decades or so, I think I've heard most of them, and we're happy to answer them. So, and the neat thing about a workshop like this is if you raise a question, somebody else in the audience probably realizes, wait a minute, I need to know that too, or vice versa.
How do I reserve a seat, Jerry?
You call me at my office here in Saginaw, 989-790-1461. You can go on my workshop website, Jerry Reif Lawyer. That's my last name, REIF, at jerryreiflawyer.com, and sign up there. But we're going to be talking about the issues that are uppermost to people in their estate planning.
Jerry, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. You take care, all right?
And you too.
Will do. Jerry Reif. We'll be right back.
Do you own farm property or hunting property in eastern Michigan and the Thumb that you're looking to put on the market? Michael Turner with Whitetail Properties is an experienced land specialist that can guide landowners through the successful selling process. With Michael's knowledge of land values in rural markets and access to the most superior tools and technology in the industry, he can get you the best price possible for your property. Visit whitetailproperties.com and search Michael Turner under agents. That's whitetailproperties.com.
We'll have the opportunity to have some fun tomorrow. We'll be at Krijak's house for Party Punchki Day. Fat Tuesday. Again, that broadcast comes up tomorrow. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.